Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, dive into TA. Alright guys, we're going to kick it off here with QQQ, then we're going to go over the other indices, then we'll go over the FANG stocks, then Bitcoin, and then the chip stocks. And then we got some trade ideas for you to pay attention to. Alright. Starting off here with QQQ's daily time frame, I am going to point out you did close out with a large hammer candlestick over here. You did have the decreasing volume, so I'm not going to say, it's ever so impressive. But I will say, this is a nice counter on the bull's end to Friday's candlestick, all right? You had this large upper wick going on here. You still haven't, gotten into that. That's where things get real spicy, all right? You start getting into this wick, that is when the sellers are going to start to be underwater. And if you just take a Fibonacci retracement between there and there, come over to the daily time frame, you could see, all right, you start getting up here. That's risky territory. The closer you get to up here, guys, the closer you get to having a whole ton of shorts just squeezed. And at that point, yeah, we're going to call this a giant bear trap. And then, we got to go with the flow. We're going to have another breakout on our hands. Okay. I'm going to point out in today's video on what I'm, looking for in downside, just, on a broad range of stocks. And then, we're going to go over here the indices at the beginning of the video. All right. So we're going to come over here to the 15-minute time frame. I'm just going to remind everyone what we were looking for going into this week. All right. We were looking for a dip down to this zone, this demand zone down here. And, I didn't know if it was just going to do this or if you're going to get the 15-minute bullish divergence down here. Regardless, you had your golden pocket down here. The 0.786 fib was right near our 47.650 level. You came down and you did find buyers right where they needed to step in, and you started, reversing from there. I was looking for you to base down in the zone. All right, that's what I was telling the Discord today. I was looking for you to base down to the zone. And then, I was thinking it was likely that you were going to push off of that. All right, now on the upside, guys, really just going to be watching our supply zone, 482.54 up to 483.43. You're going to have the 0.618 fib right over here at 483. So that is something to pay attention to. And then above there, if you can take out 483.43, we have 485 to look to. And that's going to be where the 0.786 fib is. If you do start getting above there, 485, that is when you have a straight shot up to 486.80. Okay. And honestly, guys, I'm going to revisit this daily time frame here. This thing ain't looking bad at all right now. Okay. You got this response to this candle. I like it. Okay, I like how things are shaping up. Golden pocket to probably another golden pocket test right there. Coming over here to SPY. I am going to point out you got a very similar look over there. Okay, you've got the hammer candlestick, low volume on that hammer candlestick, so not the greatest thing, but I will say it's a very nice counter on the bull's end to the bearish candlestick you got on Friday. All right, and if you are to just come down to the 15-minute time frame, you could see bulls stepped in right where they had to over here as well, all right, which was right here at 542.62. All right, that was our demand zone that we were paying attention to, 542.62 up to 544.12. As you can see, they started stepping in over here, okay, the other day. And now you really came all the way down here this morning and tested our 542.62 level. And then you flipped the zone, okay? So you definitely do have demand going on down here. 15-minute RSI was oversold. That is what we were going to, going into this week. We were watching on SPY and QQ. If the RSI, 15-minute RSI got into oversold territory, that's when we start looking for our bounces, all right? And it just so happens that things happen right here in our zones. All right, so on the upside, we're just going to be watching the 546.74 to 547.41 supply zone up here. We expect sellers to be up here, especially around 547.41. Why? You have the golden pocket starting right over there. All right, the 0.618 fib is going to be at 547.30. So, that's right around there. So definitely expect sellers in the zone. You look for, this 15-minute RSI to be overbought up there. Okay, maybe you got a pullback there. You watch for your bearish divergences to be present there. Okay, I don't know exactly how it's going to shape up, but typically we get something. Regardless, expect sellers right up here. And that is that. And I'm going to just close it off with the daily time frame here, guys. All right, hammer candlestick. I understand it doesn't have the best volume, but it does. All right, does have its wick stemming straight from our demand zone. It is exactly what we want to see. You're above the 9 still. Okay. All of these candle closes were pretty much above the 9 or right on the 9. That's not the worst look right there. All right. So we're going to call it neutral. All right. You got a range going on here. And we're just going to have to see how this plays out. Remember, on the weekly time frame, 2 back-to-back, shooting star candlesticks. All right. Shooting star and then gravestone doji to follow that. And, that's not the best look. So we do know sellers are probably going to step in at some point. My guess is going to be, 547.41. And that is that. IWM, not the best look on the day. Going to come down here the 15-minute time frame, and I will point out. Okay, buyers just stepping in over here in the golden pocket. All right, on the downside, we got 216 to be paying attention to, the 0.786 fib between, this run from here all the way up to here. That's going to be right down near $200. And then guess what? On the upside, above 201.45, you don't really have much until you come revisit this level all the way up there at 202.59. All right, so that is really what I'm going to be paying attention to. You had this uptrend, respected it the other day on Friday. Okay, today you completely just faded it, broken, retested, all right, and then went lower right there. So also expect sellers over there. Okay, DIA. I don't even want to cover DIA. I don't like DIA, but it is there because it's an index. And yeah, we're just consolidating. It's doing a whole lot of nothing. Moving on, Mr. VIX. Oh, the exciting guy. Buyers over here, Mr. VIX, they just keep getting slapped. Okay, they just keep getting slapped. Now, what did we sell off of, guys? You had the 15-minute bearish divergence. Okay, so that is something that we identified intraday there. And then boom. All right. Sometimes when you see these things, you just kind of sell off from these things. All right. You typically see the 15-minute bullish divergence just like this, give you these bounces. Okay. And when you get the bearish ones forming up, that is when you get the sell just like that. Okay. But now it is in an oversold territory, and we could very well see a bounce back from here, dead count or not. Okay. We probably see some sort of like this happen over here on VIX, something like that. Okay, or it's going to be a larger bounce back and then you fade more. Who knows? Okay, who knows? But it's something like that. 15-minute RSI oversold. We look for the bounce over there in Mr. VIX. Okay, now we're actually going to start off with the semis here. Okay, so let's go over some semiconductors. I'm going to point out, guys, this does not look bad at all over here in Mr. SMH. It really does not. Told you guys, 4-hour RSI. We're just, seeing if it was going to get super oversold. It hasn't really gotten oversold, but if you come down into the golden pocket, probably down at 250.85, guess what? You're probably going to see that thing oversold, and it's a buying opportunity down there anyway. Okay, but it's not. Right now, it's looking like it's probably going to be going up. You closed out with, whatever you want to call this thing, dragonfly doji, or we'll call it a hammer candlestick, pin bar candlestick. It's a bullish candlestick, guys. It doesn't look bad. You come over here to the hourly time frame, this thing looks beautiful. You clearly got demand going down there in our demand zone 250.85 up to 255.92. 255.92 was the level you broke out from over here. Okay, so you clearly are just doing a support resistance flip over here. Okay, it was previous resistance, now it is flipping into support. And it looks like you're getting ready to launch, guys. You clearly got this range going on. This is now a 5-day range. We have a whole week's worth of range here. This thing's going to get explosive. All right, what's the level we're going to watch on that? We're going to actually switch around the levels. Get the magnet going right there. Okay, we're going to take off that level right there. Here's your range. The bottom of it is going to be 255.92. The top of it is going to be 263.08. Okay, so that's what I'm watching. You get above 263.08, you probably have a straight shot up to 268.14. That is that on SMH. Coming over in NVIDIA. Again, guys, not the worst look. You swept the low of that range, guys. Holy sweet baby G's. Probably got some shorts involved. And then, boom, by the end of the day, you closed out with this. This does not look bad. It does not look like it's going immediately down from here. From here, I'd look for a move to the top of the range, which is going to be like 3% higher at 128.12. Got to see the reaction right there, but I think you have a solid shot of getting all the way up there to 133.73. Confirmation would be, you actually getting above 128.12. That is that. AMD, all right, came down. Again, found buyers here at the 0.618 fib, just like you did on this day and this day over here. Okay, and you did get a decent bounce off of that level. Guys, this thing doesn't look bad. I understand it wants to be a troll. It's okay. Okay, it's okay. It reminds me of a setup that we have absolutely launching right now. And yeah, okay, let's move on. SMCI is another one that's really not looking all that bad, guys. You came down, you didn't quite hit my alert down here. Okay, you actually missed it by like dollars. That is where I want to start getting to SMCI. But yeah, I'm just going to say right here, you did not end up giving me that. I thought you were going to come down to 75555. And you know, if you do, I'll be ready for it. But for the time being, you guys can see just like I can, you got a big fat hammer candlestick going on here. Yes, you don't have the best volume, but when, guys, do you see this hammer candlesticks go lower? When you have like a really defined hammer candlestick, you don't really see, you know, them go much lower. You see that's when they start basing out, like something like that. Okay, maybe you start basing out somewhere around here, and then you launch from there. But I don't think you're going to actually hit 75555. I think we're getting ready for another move up in the market. You know, just with how things are shaping up. Just going to be honest there. Okay. TSM. Guys, just doing a whole lot of nothing. You're still just in your range. The top of the range, 107, 176.06. And the bottom of the range is going to be 169.84. You're literally just, you know, chopping it up in between that range. You can see that here right there. Okay, guys, if you were to break under 169.84, you look for 160.78. But I don't know if that's going to be happening. So there's that. MU. Guys, hammer candlestick. I really like what I'm seeing off your breakout zone over here. Okay, so if you're wondering why we get two golden pockets, one is from this move up to here, and one is just taking the whole move that you can see here on the weekly chart. All right, and regardless, I think this is absolutely sexy, and I think if you were going to take a position, it should be right here or right down here. Okay, now if you do get the opportunity to add it down here at, what would that be, 125, your 4-hour RSI is going to be oversold, and at that point, you know, that's a high confidence buy. You're buying time, hey, all right, you can, you know, confidently make that buy. As you can see, you're already getting buyers stepping up. Low volume, yes, but hammer candlestick, I like. Off of the 0.786 bib and your breakout level, I like it. Okay, so that's that. Let's look at ARM right over here, guys. Okay, you kind of got a little bull flag going on here. Okay, so start paying attention to that. If you are, you know, an ARM trader right there, okay, you could do that. You could, you know, come over here. You can see something's going on right there. You see what I see. All right, you got a little flag action going on here. If you do get down to 145, that is when I really want to, you know, start paying attention to ARM. But I don't know if that's going to happen with the candle that was put in today. I really don't. Things aren't looking too bad. It looks like, you know, things getting ready to go, if I had to take a guess. Those are the chips. All right, then now we're going to come over to Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin did end up breaking retesting off of the level we told you to watch, 62,458. Above 62,458, you have a reversal in progress. That was where you were going to be putting in a higher high. Guess what? You had this range. Okay, that was the, you know, neckline here of this ugly double bottom we got going on. If you can't clearly see that. Right, just like that. Okay, I know we got the magnet going on there. Now you could see it like that. Okay, neckline right here. And above there, guys, you have a clean shot up to 66624. Yes, lovely number there. But boom, yeah, picture perfect break and retest. Now on that picture perfect break and retest, we did get the setups that we were paying attention to. We got some clean price action on that. We'll actually start off over here on coin. All right, so very clean price action over here. You broke and retested off of our 225.76 level. You actually did it twice. Yeah, you did it off the open there. Okay, you rallied straight up to TP1 over there. It was too quick for me to enter. Okay, and then I was pointing out how it was too quick for me to enter, and I missed this. I did not see this because I was like, oh, it's gone. It's gone. Now it came right back. Okay, so there was that. Yeah, now guys, coin is up. You know, you were up at 235 today, so that's pretty cool beans. Pretty cool beans. As you can see, sellers stepping in right where they should be. That's where you broke down from over there. Okay, the next levels that I would be paying attention to is going to be above 234.23. You're watching 239.53, and above there, 248.64. If things get really crazy, and as you can see on the weekly chart, this thing is ready to explode. All right, Mara. This thing finally did start exploding. I was telling you guys last week, I thought this was the time that people should be getting in. If you know, if no financial advice, but you know, this is what I was considering the August 22 Yeah, August 8/16, 22 strikes. I was considering those guys. I did not get into those guys. Those guys were up over 50% today, though. So congrats if anybody did make money on that. I'm just saying, guys, if you see this thing consolidate right here, that's your buying opportunity. If you see it retest here, that's your major buying opportunity. All right, you come back and hit my alert here at 21, like 50, 21.40, and you back test like $21 or something like that. This major buying opportunity, in my personal opinion, over here on Mara, 21.37. That's what you should be paying attention to. Okay, you see some consolidation. That's your hint to, there you go. PLSK is another one that we're pointing out here in the golden pocket, specifically over here at 1560. I didn't think it was going much lower. I thought it was going to probably tap there. It did not end up tapping there, but you ended up rallying and you ended up seeing this thing bounce back from where it usually starts bouncing back. Increasing volume on the day. Weekly candle is sexy. I like how this thing is shaping up. All right. Moving on. Let's talk some TLT, guys. So TLT, this is in a spot here on the 4-hour RSI where it usually starts bouncing. Okay, so I do like how this thing is looking. I think if you're buying some time, you're going to have a good time over here on TLT. You had like a whole 5 months of downtrend right here, and then you broke out of that. That is probably going to lead to some further upside now that you're retesting that spot. Okay. Now, if you do not find buyers immediately, what is the level to be paying attention to? 88.68. You want to see buyers stepping in down there. Not you're coming all the way back down there, but if you're really going to retrace this whole move it just had, okay, you're now in that golden pocket. So that is what you're paying attention to. 4-hour RSI oversold, bouncing back. Okay, I like how this thing is looking for. You could see the levels that I'm paying attention to up there. All right, guys. So that's all I got for you today. And with that being said, I'll catch you all in the next one. Everybody have a lovely rest of your day. Remember, guys, I am running the half off of the lifetime membership. If you did want to come join us in the Discord, we're going to be killing it on futures every day. So if you are a futures trader, huge benefit for you. You trade SPY and QQQ. I'm just letting you know, I will be calling the shots all day on those tickers right there. NQES, SPY, QQQ. And, you can come trade some options with me. Okay? Right now, I am swing focused. And then there's that. All right, guys. With that being said, everybody have a lovely rest of your day. Go check out the Twitter if you're not already over there. And peace.